In this video, we will discuss farm infrastructure and its role in managing dairy cow lameness. In a pasture-based dairy production system, roadways play a key role in controlling lameness in the herd. 4 meters should be the minimum width of a roadway to allow cows to walk at their own pace and overtake slower cows up ahead. Herds with more than 120 dairy cows need to add 1 meter in roadway width for every additional 100 cows. The surface of the roadway needs to be maintained in good shape, consisting of a layer of compacted, fine dressing material and free of sharp stones. AstroTurf can be very effective, especially in high traffic areas or where bottlenecks cannot be avoided. However, an even and firm surface is still required underneath the AstroTurf. The camber slope from the middle to the edge of the roadway should be 5%, with the range between 3 and 8%. Less than 3% and rainwater won't drain away effectively, more than 8% and the slope is too steep for cows to walk comfortably. Avoid bottlenecks such as sharp bends and narrow field entrances, opting for open flowing bends and no water troughs near paddock gates. Collecting yards should be easily accessible by the cows, as well as machinery required to keep the collecting yard clean. A grooved concrete surface provides traction for the cows, while also being easily kept clean. Using a scraper or tidal wave after each milking will remove built-up slurry and stones dragged into the collecting yard from the roadway. Allow for a wide collecting yard entry and consider adding a nib wall or a step for cows to cross into the collecting yard. This will avoid stones being carried into the collecting yard from the roadway. Square or round collecting yards both work well, as long as there are no sharp turns to enter or exit the yard and at least 1.5 square meters of floor area is available per cow. Remove obstructions such as water troughs from the collecting yard and only use a backing gate to reduce the area of the collecting yard during milking, not to push cows up towards the parlour. During the housing period, cubicle comfort and shed design play an important role in preventing lameness in dairy cows. Underfoot conditions and adequate resting time are key for housed cattle. Scraping cubicles twice daily and running passageway scrapers 5 to 6 times during the day prevents the build-up of slurry and improves foot hygiene, preventing infectious types of lameness such as mortellaro. Good ventilation in the shed is also important to reduce the presence of the bacteria involved. Stocking density in the shed can cause lameness issues where there isn't enough lying space for all the animals. At least 5% surplus cubicles to the number of cows is recommended, with comfortable bedding such as rubber mats or mattresses in each cubicle. More than 1 in 10 cows standing or lying in the passageway during the night indicates lack of available cubicles. More than 1 in 5 cows standing or perching in cubicles is a sign of lack of cubicle comfort. Cubicle dimensions depend on the breed of cows in your herd, but should always allow for cows to fully lie up in the cubicle and space for a head lunge zone for the cow to be able to rise normally in the cubicle. There should be at least 60 centimeters of feed space at the barrier per milking cow and 80 centimeters per dry cow to avoid competition for feed and, where possible, avoid cul-de-sacs, as these are areas where less dominant cows can become trapped or where cubicles go unoccupied. Good cow flow through the milking parlour improves milking efficiency and reduces the risk for lameness in dairy cows. Shorter milking time also minimises standing time for cows, either in the collecting yard or the parlour, and allows cows to return to the paddock or the cubicle house to eat and rest more quickly. To enter or exit the parlour, it is recommended to use wide steps rather than a slope to overcome level differences. Minimise the number of bends or turns and use a non-abrasive, non-slip floor surface. Rubber mats would be ideal. Depending on the type of parlour, creating a wide parlour exit allows the full row of cows to leave at their own pace. Footbaths play a vital role in lameness control in many herds. Ideally, footbaths are installed as part of the permanent farmyard infrastructure near the milking parlour exit without impacting cow flow. Most herds cope well with a footbath 3 meters long and 850 millimeters wide. Large herds may want to double or even triple the width of the footbath to allow all cows to walk through the footpath at their own pace. Footbath solution needs to be 10 to 12 centimeters deep for the last cow walking through, and the edges of the footpath should not allow cows to sidestep the footpath. As a rule of thumb, 1 litre of solution per cow passage through the footpath is required to retain an effective treatment. Automated footbaths integrated in a drafting gate setup or concrete footbaths with easy fill, easy emptying and easy cleaning built into the chute offer practical options for routine foot bathing.